I think we've had a great experience being here. Let the word go out to everybody. The job of the organizers have been fantastic. I speak at conferences all around the world. What I've seen in Namibia, I've seen a world-class organization, a really good job done by a women-led Namibians. They are putting their country on the map, and that's something that it is amazing. There used to be a time when you want to do this, you have to get people from London or the US, but Namibians are doing it themselves. They are, when I look at Selma, I see, and her group, I see what Mother Teresa says, a pencil in the hand of God writing your own history. They are writing that history, and I think that is represented by what you see with so many people being excited. They are happy, they're meeting, having key conversations, setting out projects that they're going to do in the future. And I think this is what this conference has become the home of. It's become the home where you start, you get things done, and investment decisions are made, and money comes inside this country. So God bless this Namibia and the organizers for really giving us this platform to move and really do something beautiful for this country and for Africa as a whole. I think you heard today from the Prime Minister during his speech. Namibia is going to bring in those liquids that the world needs. That's it. There are very few hotspots in the world when it comes to oil and gas. You have Guyana, you have Namibia. These are the new hotspots globally. In Africa, you might say Ivory Coast might join, but a lot of the legacy producers are seeing declines in oil production. So we need Namibia to produce oil. We need Namibia to produce gas. And Namibia is showing that it is not backing away from that. It is going to produce a lot of molecules. But we also know a lot of work has to be done to get the companies to take this thing to the finish line. And we have to make sure that that happens. You have seen a country that went from frontier and nobody was really thinking about investing. The wells weren't being drilled to a lot of high impact wells being drilled in this country. That's how essential Namibia is. It's Africa's hotspot. It's Africa's #1 drilling location. What it means for me for the rest of Africa is that here is an African country that has the possibility to get it right. Namibia is going to get oil and gas correctly. I think there's a lot of talk about how they're going to fail, oil is going to be bad for Namibia and all the things. That's not true. Oil is going to be a blessing for this country because you know why? You have some fundamentals that you have already installed in this country that makes it work. You have your processes, your systems, you have institutions that are working. Those basic fundamentals that stands there, it gives you a base to really be able to drive up revenue management, diversify the economy, ensure that all of God's children that live in this country, they are part of it. You have women already leading the country, leading key positions, bringing in other women in the country, but also you're going to see how we beat the resource curse to ensure that we don't fall victim to what other countries are falling. So I'm optimistic. I know the road is going to be challenging. There's going to be a lot of work that needs to be done, but I know Namibians will get it right. They will get it right, and I have no doubt about it. The reports of the death of oil and gas is grossly exaggerated. That is a myth because you know what? The world today is using 102 million barrels of oil a day, and it's not stopping. It's only going up. Look at J.P. Morgan's recent reports. It's going to get more and more and more oil is going to be used in the world. That's a myth. So there's this myth that, oh no, oil is going to go away. It's not going to be there. Just transition into green energy, which green energy is not a bad thing. It's okay because we need energy additions. And so the more energy we have, the better it is for this country and for the African continent. But also the myth that Africa, Namibia, is going to abandon its resources because we want to pursue some other things. Climate change is a problem. Don't get me wrong. But it's called global warming, not Namibia warming. So there got to be a global solution to it. You can't put that burden on Namibia. This continent has produced less than 3% greenhouse gas emissions. Of that 3%, if you take out South Africa and the north of Africa, the entire continent is 0.5. Namibia is not in the place to leave its resources for those that are producing. So the myth that oil is going to get over, let me tell you, it's not. Because you know what? The UK is doing new licenses for drilling. Germany is going back to coal. The US is opening, it's a drill baby drill capital is in the US. They're producing, they're drilling more. Norway is producing more. Look at this. Norway uses more energy than Nigeria, Cameroon, DRC, and Namibia combined. We need energy in Africa. We need to be able to have that. I met these young future leaders today. One of the key things one of the young girls said is that they have to worry about using a candle to either burn their house or a candle. When the candle goes up, they stop reading. Energy poverty is real. We're not at a time when we're going to abandon those resources and say we can't use it. So oil and gas, the myth that oil is dead, it is over. As Mark Twain says, the reports of my death are grossly exaggerated. It is a myth, and you need to produce it. Leadership shouldn't just celebrate discoveries. Leadership should educate people, manage expectations, ensure that it's a journey. You got to go the distance. The ordinary man on the street needs to be brought into the game. We've made energy look like an elitist game. It's not. It is for everyday people. Because at the end of the day, they are the first recipients of prosperity when it happens. We got to be able to look at this a little bit differently and how we talk and champion it. So what you do, it's like what Selma is doing here with her team. You need to be able to encourage success, nurture it, and drive it so that we believe in that success, that there can be big things coming out of Namibia. I just think Namibia is going to shock the world, and it is possible, but we need to be able to take it and take the fight to them, because the arc of a moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. It doesn't bend by itself. It's everyday people that are going to make it happen. So the everyday person in the street, you have to walk that walk. You have to talk the talk, but walk the walk. And that's how it happens, because it doesn't happen by itself. We got to be those drivers that shaped those moral universe to really bend towards that arc of justice. And that's how it happens.